Yo, what's up guys? So, here's a video explaining why this is the perfect moment to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! As a retired player or as someone coming from Speed Jewel or Duel Links or whatever. This is in advance, so I'm talking about the advanced format. This is why you should get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. So, well, you probably know what's happening right now at this moment, even when this video is going to be uploaded. Quarantine, lockdowns, all those kind of things. Yeah, okay. Yu-Gi-Oh is, yeah, of course, well, cancelled temporarily. Sets are being postponed in Europe. People aren't going really outside. Locals and stuff is rare and shouldn't really be encouraged right now. YCSs are cancelled. All those things are cancelled. So you might wonder, like, hmm, this doesn't seem like a good moment to get into Yu-Gi-Oh whatsoever. This seems like a really bad moment to get into Yu-Gi-Oh. But you're mistaken. This is if you're like this is a hard time to get through Yu-Gi-Oh. If you're like a player who has been playing, this might be yeah hard for you. You might be bored. You might want to do more in Yu-Gi-Oh. But if you're a retired player or you're coming from Speed Jewels or whatever, you're trying to get into the game, this is the perfect moment. Well, of course, there's I'm gonna tell you why that is the reason. Obviously, you have yeah, you can see some of the reasons why this would be a good moment to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh. And that's mostly that you're stuck inside, and at least most people are, not everyone. Thanks to the people who still have to work, we're really glad and thankful for what you're doing. But for most of us, we're stuck inside right now. We have nothing to do here. I personally am stuck inside, not in my own house. So, I mean, most of us are. But that gives us time. That gives us a lot of time. For most people, too much time. A lot of people start doing stuff they usually wouldn't even do. So why not use that time to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh? Right? At least that's what I was thinking. And right now there are no locals, so you are not missing out on that. There are no YCS, you're not missing out, nationals, all those things. There's a long time that people right now are having a break or are just trying to stay busy somehow. A lot of the tournaments right now have moved on to online platforms. And well, you can be supportive of these or not, that's not the issue right now. The thing is, they are there. And that's the only place they're there. They're available to you, they're available to everyone. A lot of those are free, a lot of those are just to make sure we, well, spend our time. I personally am going to host tournaments at my Discord for advanced format just for people who are trying to get into it, back into it, because I feel like this is the perfect moment and I should support that. So, of course, you have. So that's the obvious reason, the most obvious reason. You have time right now. You're stuck inside. You have time. Second reason is because everything moves to online, to the online platform, as I said. You don't need to invest anything besides your time as well. There's no money or anything involved right now that you have to do. You can just see what decks are being were played or are played or should be played, build your deck or whatever, and just test it. You can test, like, usually you test a few times, but you don't have that much time, and then you have to buy it because you want to play something at locals or whatever. Right now, you don't have that pressure. You don't have any of that, so you can just, of course, if you want to support them by buying product or whatever, or people singles or your locals because they might be in need. Well, heads up to you. Perfect if you're already doing that, but you don't have to right now. So this is a good moment to just try and get into it before you make the purchase. I'm not saying not to purchase, of course. So I'm just saying, like, you have more time to test your deck before you make your purchases, which is fun, right? Also, the meta isn't changing too much. Nothing too big is changing because nothing too big is happening. So it's easier to get a grasp on the thing. And especially while I hope to get this video out before the 1st of April, you have the 1st of April rule changes and you have the 1st of April ban list. So everything about this gives you the chance to get into it with a clean start. There's nothing you've missed. There's a new rule change that everyone kind of needs to get used to. You have a lot of decks that are at least semi viable. So yeah, like, I mean, that's another point that makes it a really good moment to get into Yu-Gi-Oh right now. There are, well, there are pretty much no ridiculous things going on right now. Spiral just has been hit by the ban hammer, so We're not seeing a whole lot of their breaking boards things, but there are still combo decks alive, there are control decks alive, there are semi-combo decks alive that are in between. So there's a lot of options you can go. You can go first, you can go second, everything is kind of possible right now. So, of course, it's a really good moment to get into it. A lot of old decks are viable again, like Shadow is viable again if you're from that era, Heroes are viable again. Uh, what else am I missing? And at least a lot of decks are viable right now. And a lot of the decks are, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't in such a expensive place right now. Like, what I'm trying to say with that is, you can build a deck with a small budget right now. Like, I mean, you can pretty much make a lot of settlement grade for like $30-40, I guess, or 30-40 euros if you're in Europe. Well, so that's a good thing to get into if you're a new player, just not having that step. And as I said before, you don't even have to pay that yet, because you can test first. You can just play online until you're feeling confident, like, first of all, I like this, and second of all, I like this specific deck that I'm testing right now, before you make your purchase. So all of that seem like great reasons why you should play Yu-Gi-Oh! Right, or should get into it right now. It's not, of course, you still have to get used to, as always, to everything. You have to get used to the, you have to get used to Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself again. You have to maybe learn the mechanics that you didn't really experience up until now. You have to relearn what's relevant right now. Sure, those are things that you have to do even now, but you'll have to do those anyway, no matter when you're getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So why not try it now that you have the time to actually do that? You can just sit still and get used to it. I'm also gonna make like a whole series, so that's an announcement that I'm gonna make like not a complete beginner series, since I think explaining the rules from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like something most people have already done, or people still know if they've played in the past, or can get used to while playing. But I'm gonna make videos with what cards should you know, like what are the cards you need to know that are relevant right now. Since Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a pretty big card pool, it can be frightening to get into if you don't know all these cards. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show you decks, sample decks. Let's see it as sample decks. Even before the videos come out, I'll try and give you some sample decks on my Discord to just test with. Like, just try these out against your friends, try these out against each other, and just get used to it. These are actual viable decks right now, so you can go into rank with these if you're comfortable with playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You could also do that, or whatever, wherever you go. But it's just so you have something to start with. And I'll explain pretty much everything you need to know. If you have anything else you want to know that makes it easier for you to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Except for the cards or whatever, the meta, so the cards you need to know, the meta, decks itself, if there's anything else you need to know, post in the comments below, and I will make sure to make a video about it in the following weeks, at least, to make sure everyone is able to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And let's get together into advanced format again. I'm gonna host tournaments for advanced format on my Discord, so you can get back into it with other people that are trying to get back into it. And let's just try to have fun. So that's it. That was the reason why I said, like, you should get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. And I hope to see you soon. Well, thanks for watching. This was the Card Game Philosopher. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hopefully see you the next time. Bye.
Полоски, здесь тусуют, под хардбас танцуют. Три полоски, три полоски.